about what they do and yeah, and stuff like that.
Yeah, probably also go with Mikkel out of the remaining party. I know him, well, him and Camilla the most, but Camilla just seems too reckless for my taste. You never know what she'll do.
Yep, especially at I forgot what the creatures were called. It was those
Sven.
yeah.
I feel like me and Gorman go way back, so also considering the fact that we've been here with Camilla since in the beginning of time. So I think on a character standpoint, Mikkel would probably trust Gorm the most since he knows what Camilla does.
Well, that's pretty easy. That answer, that question. Since, well, Tom is the only one you can trust. Because the other two seems to be fighting over a simple trinket.
It's a very good point.
Yep.
Hey, I'm not fighting over the trinket anymore. He got it.
Yeah.
He won it.
Yeah, it's Tyrese now. Yeah, and we're now on He'll keep it. He's like, yeah, that's mine. It's precious.
Speaking of two more bites. If you look in the quest log, you'll see I've added a new quest where you can see how much stuff you actually need to get for Browderbeck and like what your goals are in terms of finding treasure and trade goods and stuff like that. So I want to take a little look at that. I've made it the primary quest because getting to
What's it called?
raiding and
Rating and trading, yeah. It's in the ongoing tab. In progress, sorry.
Oh, okay.
You want to start.
Oh, the Iranian games?
No, it's
No, it's a 2 up from that.
raiding and trading.
Oh,
called.
raiding and trading. Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, we definitely want to get on that, I think.
Yep.
And I've also made containers on the party sheet so that you can move stuff in there and track it. So basically, you can like gather things as normal, probably put it all on the ship, but then when you're ready to sort of compile it, see what you're giving to Browderbeck, you can just put it all in that container, and we know what you give it.
One thing for sure, one of the objectives is like bring 8,000 gold piece worth of wealth and treasure. Like we essentially got that from the 10,000 gold piece of bringing I forgot, but the Jarl's daughter.
If we
back
decide to give it, if we decide to not keep it and give it to the seas, then yeah, we have 10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing. You guys can keep some for yourselves to like spend on your own kind of upgrades and stuff like that. And one of those things is also building like strongholds. And if you want to build a new castle somewhere, that's going to cost money. And if it's on Browdovic's land, that's great. Then that may be part of like the building materials and things like that. But we're not going to get too like into the weeds about it. But this also gives you an opportunity, like say you only want to give, like you've got 10,000 now. If you want to go and spend 2,000 on trade goods and like maybe haggle a bit and try and get some, I don't know, silks and linens, like we can do those, and you can actually try and gather some things, because for instance silks would probably be quite hard to find. It's quite an exotic thing. Or like if you're trying to get saffron, you're going to have to travel quite far to find those things. So it's up to you how much you want to engage with it, but there's an option to do some trading stuff as well, instead of just every market that you go to, like, well, is there a cooler sword? I feel like every time we get to a market, no one really knows why you would go shopping, unless it's to buy something cool for you specifically.
And why would you need to buy a cool sword? I can just make it.
Well, that's another thing. You can make stuff and sell it as well, to try and, or like trade it for some of these things. So the cost might be much lower to you than the price you're putting on it.
Yeah.
That way, the only swords you make won't be for just for the four of you. Hopefully those tables and things make sense. And yeah, if everyone's ready, I think. Lawson, have you got a recap for us tonight? I will point out I did write a short one on the sort of intro page. I'm not sure if you guys even see that.
What did you say? A short one on the intro.
On the login page, I'm not sure
Oh,
where you guys actually see that.
oh, okay, gotcha. I understand what you mean. But yeah, I got a quick recap. Yep. So the party. So last time, the party saved some kobolds, and we met with the other kobolds and decided to rest and take a sneaky path through some sleeping trolls. And the party was successful passing by the trolls. Then we encountered a broken wall, and that wall led to some from what Trymere was able to read throughout the building, some dwarven runes. And within this dwarven runes was a large treasure, like so much treasure, like so much gold they've seen in their lives. And Mikhail was able to identify there was some kind of strong magic, some kind of strong magic spell surrounding the treasure room. And before interacting with that, the party decided to travel around the runes more, see what's up about it. And they saw a door which led to another room, to a creature called the Keeper. And he was like quite monstrous and grotesque looking, like a very huge creature. And he could speak giant and somewhat common. And we learned that there was a Valkyrie trapped then with some enchanted chains, and it was a lot of chains. It was like 7 chains, or rather no, 7 locks on these chains. And after some talking, the party decided to feed the keeper, noticing that he was lacking some rations because the kobolds stole from him. And Gorm cooked for Keeper, and throughout talking, they decided to name the keeper Yorkman. And yep, and after talking, they decided to leave, and when they reached back the treasure room, both Mikhail and Trimer decided, you know what, let's try to get the treasure after Trimer dispelled the magic. But in the process of getting the treasure and the other magic items, they both saw a ring, and they both were compelled to get the ring. Like, ooh, this is most valuable. This ring is important. Yeah, let's get it. Yep, and so after a scuffle, Trimer got the ring in the end, but then the ancient dragon, Mithril dragon, came came through and saw the entire party and trapped most of them in a force cage. And after talking with the ancient dragon, we we learned that he preferred not to be hostile and violent, and was quite surprised when Gorm decided to talk to the ancient dragon. And through some talking, we were able to learn that the dragon doesn't want the Frost Forge to be activated, and doesn't want Valkyrie to be freed, claiming that if she is free, chaos and destruction will seep into the world. And this dragon claims he has lived for so long, seen so many destruction and war, and basically he seeks within this forge, preventing the forge from reactivated will prevent chaos and destruction. But after learning that the party knows of a frost giant, Hyorin, the dragon decided to allow the party to speak with the frost giant woman who happens to be his wife, and he claims that she would be happy to see an old friend, Hyorin, and basically it was decided that the party can enter the Frost Forge with Hyorin to meet the frost giant woman. Yep, and the party is in. And currently, right now, the party is set to leave, while with these ancient dwarven statues clearing the way of the trolls.
So just to clarify there, the dragon has not necessarily invited you guys into the forge, but has invited Hyorin into the forge. He's still wary that you guys have the intention of actually relighting it, which is what he wants to avoid. So you've been given the location of the forge, and told that you can bring Hyorin there.
Okay, yeah, and basically prove in a way, prove ourselves in a way if it is possible.
Yeah,
but yeah,
just to
Trimer
make a bit more convincing. You've convinced him enough for now, but letting you inside may take a bit more.
Okay. Yeah, and especially since Trimer has, well, the ring, so I can imagine it'll be somewhat fun to see how this goes. Like Trimer now views this ring like, oh, it's valuable, it's mine now. I keep this ring. No one must have it. This is mine now. Like that's how Trimer feels towards the ring right now.
Yeah, you just take an item, and I forgo my choice of an item.
And right now it seems only Trimer has taken the ring, and that's all from this treasure.
Yeah.
So I believe Carmilla was also trying to take a painting. If I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
mistaken.
a painting of seemingly her father.
Oh, I don't think. I mean, does Crimea know that? What?
No. I was just saying that out of character.
Yeah, it's a painting of a goblin on a motorbike, essentially, but wearing
Yeah.
a crown and wings and stuff. So it's a very odd painting, and I'll also, just in case anyone's forgotten, that would probably be the only goblin you've seen. Like goblins are not a thing in Mordia. They You may have heard stories or something, but they are not native to this side of the world.
Yeah. So hard from Trimer's perspective. Like he doesn't care. He's got the ring. Like that's all that matters. Like yes, the ring's fine.
Yes, you guys were about to follow after the stone statues that Vaitrander sent to go and get rid of the kobolds. We have Trymere has taken a ring. Camilla, I believe, has taken a painting. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Gorm has forgone taking anything. And Mikil, are you trying to steal?
No, I've emptied everything. I'm not gonna try and take anything.
Cool. Well then, yeah, just to double check, Camilla, you are taking that painting, right?
Of course, the painting needs to be with me.
Yep. And Sven.
Yes,
Sven too.
Sven. Especially Sven.
He's quite happy for you to take. You can copy, just move the painting. That should be on your.
Yeah, the painting.
Oh. Oh, and question, yeah. So does Trimer doesn't know what the ring can do? Like right now, he just feels like compelled to keep it, and no one can have it.
Yeah, you'd have to do an identify spell to get the real details on it, but you can tell that you're attuned to it, so you'd be able to use its most basic function, but you wouldn't know anything about the curse until you identify.
Yeah. So far, right now, Trimer would not want anyone to identify it because to Trimer, he sees it as valuable and no one can touch it, no one can have it. That kind of vibe. So no, he's just gonna keep it, not knowing what it does, but to him it's valuable and no one must have it.
With that, the force cage, which was made of these sort of shards of mithril, has disappeared, and yeah, Gorm is following behind one of these ancient dwarven statues as it makes its way towards the trolls, and the other one makes its way towards the tunnel. Also, I don't think the dragon actually showed up on the stream last time. We even had some people
No.
watching.
We saw him at the top of the room.
Yeah, we do see the token.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he showed up at the top of the room, but could be
Yeah.
remembering wrong.
No, he was there.
Yeah, he was.
When I looked at the stream, he wasn't like the camera was cutting off just underneath him, so I feel like it. And that's why I was just moving the camera. You got to see that. But yeah, is there anything in particular you guys are trying to do as you follow behind this statue and you can see it approaching the troll, definitely not trying to be stealthy.
I guess we're kind of just waiting. for the statue to do its work. We're just waiting. We just hear the violence like jing jing, blood splattering on the ground from the trolls, and yeah, just waiting for the statue to do its thing.
Yeah, and with that, you do see it lift its hammer as it kind of bumps into the troll sleeping on the floor and make a slam attack. Yeah, look, I'm not gonna make them actually fight it. Just for reference, yeah, it is going to do 21 points of damage there, and then it uses an ability called Slow, as the troll just gets smashed like on the chest and wakes up and begins to roar, but then starts moving in slow motion as the like impact of the hammer just seems to start making stone grow up onto its skin, and then it takes another swing and just stands there beating this troll to death as it tries to scream out. It gets a couple of swings at the statue, dealing a little bit of damage to it, but not enough to do anything major. However, the rest of the trolls are waking up at this point, and you can see one sort of down at the end of the tunnel that is definitely starting to wake and is seeing the statue. Are you guys just hiding behind this thing, or are you going to try and help it out?
Yeah, I say try helping it out. Like have our range attacks go through Trimer's Firebolt, Fenway's javelin throws, and Ariana's longbow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so the troll that's slowed just starts kind of getting up, and even in its slowed state is now fighting this. So you guys can move in a little bit further, and you can roll some attacks. As we're not going to roll for initiative here, this is going to be more narrative because otherwise we're going to be here all night. But you can tell me what you're doing in each. Basically, take a turn here, but simultaneously, what do you guys?
The strongest spell on my arsenal, Sacred Flame.
And Trimer fire can do. It has a firebolt.
I had the exact same idea. Firebolt.
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 And are you all attacking that same troll that the statue is fighting?
Yeah.
Okay, then you're going to know another troll getting up and moving into.
Yes.
She missed the rest.
One more javelin from him. Whatever. Yeah, he also misses the rest. But yeah, that's the turn.
Has everyone rolled something there? Or
I think Carmelo
So-
is the
yeah, Camilla, are you doing anything there? And then we can go into just describing what you're doing as we move through the top.
I'm just waiting and seeing.
One. Yeah. So describe for me what you guys do as you move through this tunnel, and it will take a little um, while without Pamela's help, as the statue is going to have to finish the big troll off. But yeah, what do you guys? What does it look like as each of you moves in one by one?
You shoot a wave of radiant energy at him, which hits him. And Ariana sends arrows, but only one strikes. Although he strikes very well. Straight in his eye.
Okay, and as the fireballs come from either angle, the dwarven statue finally manages to break or take down this ice. However, as this happens from the side and in an entrance of a tunnel to the side, a smaller troll jumps out of the shadows and tackles the statue. The statue is not moved; it now just has a troll kind of attached. I'm gonna move that body. You guys should be able to see the other one as it has just jumped onto the statue and is now clawing at it.
Oh, what the?
You see it tearing off chunks of stone and doing some major damage. Okay, yeah, so the troll comes in, does some major damage uh, the statue as it just starts like ripping into it, and you guys are just seeing it jump out from the side as the statue's trying to get around to hit it, but currently it's vulnerable to you guys. It hasn't still kind of got its back to you and is completely focused on the statue. So yeah, what do you guys want to try?
Mikkel's gonna run up and stab it in the back with his ninjato that he swiped from those ninjas long ago.
Ah,
That's an issue. It's fine. I have 2 attacks.
I'll say you are flanking it technically with the
Okay.
statue.
Let's try again. Oh, 21. Okay.
ah.
So with the dagger in his back, Mikkel's gonna take out his CX with his other hand and try and stab it once more.
Yeah, at least that first hit, you see the sort of that necrotic spread through the wound as it disables his regeneration. Still advantage,
Yep. Even.
Damn.
but this thing is thrashing, and you also notice that you have moved into its cold aura. So you are going to be taking cold damage as you jump onto the back.
Ouch.
It's going to be 13 points of cold damage. Anyone else that gets within 10 feet of it is going to suffer that as they rush in.
So I'm already within 10 feet.
Yeah, so you guys are already kind of in it here. but it's up to you. You may have something to react to that. I don't know. Probably.
I'm just cold resistant. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll ignite my fire flame and attack.
Ah, wait.
That's a miss.
Seven.
At least this one is a hit.
So
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, well.
Primary is gonna do a classic firebolt once again. Yep, hits. Yep, another 10 fire damage. And Finway is he'll go through 15 feet and attack the ice giant here while taking some of the cold aura damage. Which I assume is at 13, or are you re-rolling?
Yeah, it's going to be 13. Yeah, we'll just roll it one.
Okay. Alright. And multi-attack. 16 does not hit. Second attack. Damn it. No, both miss.
Okay, yeah, this thing's looking.
Oh, she missed the third one.
Just thrashing side to side, tight quarters here, hard. Okay, I think that leaves us with Pamela. What's she doing there? As Sven seems to be happily absorbing that cold damage. She's not affected.
Oh,
Just moving it so you're moving Sven into a place where you can actually stand.
yeah.
Or not. You can see Gorm in front of you.
Yeah. Well, they made a wall.
I mean, you just can't end your turn there. You can like get through to an attack, but what are you doing? I mean, knowing
Just-
Svenja, you could run over the ceiling and get to the other side, but you've got I mean, knowing Pamela.
I'm just running across it, and just dragging what's called Sven with me, and just taking the advantage from the top, trying to slash this throat. I think it's dead.
with that, you lop off like half of its face. You don't quite get the full decapitation, but the troll is letting out a roar of pain. You've definitely damaged it there. Oh, another hit.
Oh, wait. Oh, well. That's fine. Just slapping into the troll.
That is. Wait, it did something weird there. No, that is enough to. Did you undo one of those rolls? Was it 3 attacks?
I don't think so.
Like all 3 rolls were shown, and there are 3 damage rolls applied.
Yeah, there was 3. How many attacks was it supposed to
First would be the. Holy shit, that's bad. That would be 16, 8, 16, so 32 in total.
be? Yeah, that will be enough to kill this one. I was just making sure that is 3 attacks that you made there, right?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Why you're not answering me? But
Yes, it is 3 attack.
okay, thank you.
Yep.
So then,
Oh.
yeah, how do you kill this troll as you move past and clear the path again from the stage?
I'm just stabbing into it, and then at the end, I'm seeing like, ooh, I've cut a place and just starting to run around it and just basically just cut off its head. If you know, like when you open a can, it's basically just the same, just with a troll.
With that, the dwarven statue will continue lumbering forward as you hear the sound of a troll making its way towards you guys from behind the tunnels. It's up to you if you want to try and stand and fight it or continue rushing.
Yep, you rush.
Okay, you continue rushing behind the statue. Yeah, when that troll rounds the corner, it sees its 2 dead brethren and is captivated by that. As you see another troll is still asleep. I'd like everyone to please make a stealth check with disadvantage for me to see if that one has been woken by all the chaos.
The joke is on you. I'm already rolling with disadvantage.
Guess you can't get double this.
Yeah, all of us are not very good rolls.
As I'm not looking good. Was that everyone? Yeah. So that's pretty terrible. That troll is definitely waking up and making its way towards, which means that it is also going to attack the statue. However, because of the angle, it is going to get 1 claw attack against Mikkel.
Boy.
With a 17. And then 2 more attacks on the statue to see if the statue is going to make it all the way down these.
Oh,
Hey, claw's not so effective, but it does bite a chunk out of the. And this time the statue is able to swing around and and slam at it again. But yeah, you've got another troll sort of in between you and the statue now. It's going to take us to another, basically, side initiative turn for you.
I attack.
Yeah. Primary assist with the firebolt.
The statue manages to clock it with its hammer, get a good hit in. Is regeneration disabled?
Primary which? Fenway is gonna move around. Yep. Has advantage flanking with the dwarven statue. Ah, damn it! Yeah. Second attack. Okay, there you go. And I feel like Carmela's left.
Yeah, you guys
Mm-hmm.
have brought it pretty low.
Is it time again to just swish can it? Oh, it even says so. Ever. But does it automatically apply it? Oh,
Probably just highlights.
yeah,
the
it
point.
just highlights, but that's also good.
What more?
It gets to live another day.
I will say that you guys within 10 feet of it are going to take 15 points of cold damage there from the troll's aura, as Carmilla brings it down to 9 hit points. So close, but it is going to get one more series of attacks here as you guys surround it and attack the crap. So I'm going to give it one attack against Finway, one against Mikil, and one against Gore. First one against. Claw miss. Bite attack against Mikil.
Oh boy.
like a hit. You got a reaction there?
Nah. I don't have any reactions I could use.
Sorry, did you say?
He said no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take a reaction.
Okay, then that is yes, 21 points of damage reduced to 14 that it's done to you.
Okay.
Why did it reduce it? Are you resistant to cold?
Yeah.
No. And then last attack again. It's flanking. I don't know with what, but with an. Oh, was that a nat one? Okay, that definitely doesn't hit Gorm, and I'll say that that provides Gorm with an opening here as it gets the nat one and sort of tries to claw into the wall, but just claws into the wall above you and exposes some vulnerable parts. As we go back to your turn, and you'll get the first.
Hammer time.
Yeah, we're gonna do 9 points of damage to finish it off here.
Exactly 9.
Okay, so are you killing it or knocking it out? You have to
I'll kill it.
get on. And yeah, what does it look like as you finish off that troll? And I'll say because you got just 9, you are not affected by the next round of cold aura here. You just take that finishing blow. What does it look like?
I uppercut him with a hammer. Sort of a fist.
Very nice. And you bend his bottom jaw back to the point that one of his tusks actually goes through his own eye and into his brain as it breaks and just collapses down to the ground. And the dwarven statue keeps moving. To be fair, the dwarven statue was not told to protect you guys. You may have been protecting it much. It now has passed all the trolls. The other one doesn't seem to be chasing you anymore, and it is headed towards the cove.
I'm just going to wait here a bit. Let him deal with them.
Come on, man, we can't let them kill Freddy.
You were fine when the troll first attacked him.
Not Freddy.
Yeah, as you see it rounding the corner, you hear a familiar little scream of terror as you hear the kobolds noticing it and starting to scramble. Camilla, what are you going to try and do to stop it from squashing these kobolds like bugs?
No. Indraconic.
Are you speaking to the statue?
Yes.
Okay, you can give me a persuasion check with disadvantage. Point out constructs like this cannot be charmed, so yeah,
Good enough.
keeps moving. It doesn't even seem to acknowledge you. It just keeps walking. You hear panic from around the corner. The kobolds are all like starting to get the impression that you see one of the kobolds that was by the tunnel. He tries to pick up a bunch of the food that they've stolen. He's just got like his arms are full, and he's running and practically tripping over himself as the statue approaches him. But you guys have still got a chance to try and get in the way or help these kobolds escape.
Now it can't see it. It's hidden under Sven. Simple solution.
Feeding him with
Yep. Right now, right now for Trimer, Trimer is his subclass is like a clockwork sorcerer, so he has some connection with constructs, or in this case, Titans. So, what he's gonna do is that he's gonna feel like place his hand upon the Titan, feel its arcane structure, and try to, in a way, try to will it to stop. Like with his connection as a clockwork sorcerer, having familiar with constructs and Titans. Can he attempt to do that?
Yeah, like that. You can give me an Arcana check to see if you are able to connect with this creature.
Okay. Arcana, let's do this. Hiya! Ah, damn it, no, 9.
And it's not that good, but you have, I mean, you have allies around. Mikil, you right there. Is there something you might be able to do to
God
help him?
damn it.
Or
Oh, wait, hold on. I have my. I got one more. I actually got one more sorcery points for my feature.
Guidance. Magic guidance.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Let me just share that.
looks like
Yep,
you've
magical
also still
guidance.
got an inspiration. Unless you didn't check
Yeah,
that
but
out.
I don't want to use that. I want to use that for more important stuff on inspiration. There we go. 21 Arcana.
Okay, yeah, I'll say with a 20, you are able to communicate a simple message to it. It's not, you're not exactly commanding it, but you'll be able to kind of either distract it or convince it to go down a different path. It's essentially like Camilla has blocked its view of that kobold, and now you will be able to kind of give it a basic instruction, just like they're over there. So what are you going to do as you try and control this creature?
Can he attempt to target its aggression towards clearing out the rubble?
Yeah, in the sort of the collapsed tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that as you give this construct the idea that that is where the kobolds are hiding, and the other construct is also attacking that tunnel from the other side, trying to get to them. So that is definitely a convincing argument, and yeah, Kamala keeps moving towards you, but it seems to be focused now on the wall. Are you going to try and usher that kobold away?
Shoo.
Can't see him either because he's underfed. So are you moving with him or just chasing him?
Just, I'm just moving with him, so I'm like giving him cover.
Okay, yeah, then I'm just going to move over there as you are able to kind of bring him back to the rest of the group as the statue starts crashing into the wall and just bringing down whatever was left of that tunnel. And the rest of the kobolds here, it looks like Gorm is also trying to help them. So his power went out, so he'll be back now. But the rest of them start rushing towards this tunnel here on the right, which, as we said, is collapsed. But there's probably enough space for these kobolds to get through with what they are able to carry. They are heading that way while the statue is distracted. but they're kind of running into you as you guys around the corner. So are you saying anything to them as they? You can just hear them all screaming and scrabbling, and one of them looks to you and just goes, "What the hell? You weren't supposed to bring them here."
The dude with the ring
Yeah.
brought them.
You stole something? Did you get something for us at least?
Just puts out the painting and is like, I got this for myself. I think it looks good.
Yeah. Timer says it's not worth it. The dragon was there. Yeah, well, Timer is visibly also hiding his ring.
Yeah, in this moment, they are not really. They're all scrabbling away, so they don't really take too much notice of specifics like that ring. But yeah, you can see they've essentially got two different options here. They can either try and go through the collapsed tunnel, which, from what you can tell, it probably leads to the cliff side or like just outside of the mountain. And the other tunnel, leads back towards the dwarves. So, which way are you going to try and hurt them?
Say towards the dwarven settlement.
Okay, and how are you going to try and do that? It seems like they're going for the collapsed tunnel right now. But are you going to try and convince them or actually get in there?
Uh, uh, try. I guess Triman will say, like we're heading back to the dwarven settlement. Like, do you have a guy? Basically Trimer is asking, do you guys have a safe settlement to camp in? Like Trimer is just saying that they're going back to the dwarven settlement that they can take camp in, while knowing it's safe there.
Yeah, dwarves don't like us very much, but if you can vouch for us, sure, we'll follow you.
Yep. Trimer says, all right, I can. As long as you don't cause trouble, yes.
We're drinking dwarven meat tonight, boys. Ah! They all start just chasing after you, and yeah, the kobolds will now follow you wherever you will eat.
Okay. Wait, what did the kobold say? That we're gonna eat at the dwarven settlement, or?
Yeah, he said we're drinking dwarven meat tonight, boys.
Ah, okay. Okay, for a second I thought they said we're eating dwarven meat. I was like, oh, what? Yeah, I was confused for a second.
Yeah, I feel like in character that might have been what you heard. They are it's not the clearest speech from them either. So
Okay.
yeah, you're not entirely sure, but you can. I mean, if you really want to, you can make a perception check to make sure, but otherwise, fall into
Sure.
that as
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Oh, 9. Yeah. Okay, Trimer. I mean, no, 10. I mean, Trimer's not sure. I feel like with that roll.
yeah, it could have gone either way there.
Yeah. Anyway, off we go. Yep. Can we just like move maps back to the Dwarven ruins like with no trouble?
Yeah, it seems you'll probably have the time, but you are leading a small army of kobolds behind you. I mean, army might be a strong word, but a small band of.
Yep. So all the way. Yep, all the way here. This is the exit. Primer also has like the map of the tunnels that he can show to, like when they report back to the Lords and what they found, and basically show the map of the tunnels ahead and what they encountered when reporting back to the Dwarven Jarl Lord Drain. That's what his name is, Drain.
Kamala, can you move your token that side so you can just copy paste everyone over to the other map? Yo. So font is being a little bit small. Okay, there we go. Down there.
Go ahead and move ourselves towards.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I obviously haven't updated everything from the last time you were here, but Train, is back there in the mines.
Yeah. Now we don't. It shouldn't really be necessary for us to move our tokens there. We can just say we meet up back with Drain.
Yeah, cool. What's the point in maps?
Yeah.
So how are you going to head back? Tell me what you do.
Oh, I can imagine that we're leading ahead while the kobolds are scuttering behind us. Like not in like urgent runaway, but at this point when we're in here, we are like kind of walking in a fast pace. Like to give the idea that that to Lord Grey that we're not running away from these kobolds, we're leading them here.
Okay. You approach Lord Brain. I mean,
Yep.
where do you want to meet up? If you're not going to use the map, where are you meeting Lord Thrain? Are you just going back to the entrance to the chamber, or
Oh.
what do you do?
Yeah, I can imagine where as we're going, we're like in a way to notify Lord Train of our findings. We're being back at entrance of the nearby the entrance of the tunnels. Basically, if he's not in the ruins, we're gonna wait nearby the tunnels and notify the dwarves of what we found, and well, letting him know the new kobold visitors that are coming.
You know what? We're gonna take a 5-minute break and give Gorm a chance to come back, and then we will talk with these.
All right.
Oh, he left.
Back. Yep.
Welcome
Gorm,
back.
you there?
Yeah.
All right. Yep. How are things? The power's on, or
Yeah, just quickly went on and off, but I have like a thing I put on the socket. So I have a few minutes I have to wait before I can actually use the electricity in case something burns.
okay. Yep. Well, quick recap. Right now we're on a break, and DMs will be back in a moment. But yep, we got the kobolds out of there, and the kobolds are following us back to the dwarven settlement. And Trimir is about to notify Lord Drain on our findings and the new kobold visitors we have.
How did they even get there? Unless they scaled the mountain from the outside. Even then, it's not possible.
Yeah, I think you can ask them actually. Go ahead and ask them once the DM's back.
We also have to avoid the giant, right? Or is she not here?
Oh, she's not there. She left.
Oh, that's not concerning, right?
Yep, that's what I said. That's not concerning at all.
Trust.
Ian's back and he's muted.
He'll unmute in a bit, probably.
Yep. Just saying that just in case he doesn't know.
Is everyone here?
Yep. Carmel, are you there? Oh wait, I guess Carmel's not here right now. I heard voices from Mikhail and Gorm, but not Carmel. So I think Carmel's not here yet. But anyway, how's everyone this week?
Pretty alright. Nothing to complain
Yep.
about.
Yep, it is about to be September. Yep. Any events going on in September that you are excited for? Or no, not really.
One step closer to the beginning of a new school year. Nothing else, I'm afraid.
Okay.
All of the holidays, I think, were postponed. Well, were not postponed, just they are October this year.
Yeah.
Commoner, are you here?
Doesn't seem like it. Question mark.
Well, I don't know where she went. We're going to jump back in though, as you guys are making your way back with a group of kobolds in tow, and the NPC will come to you. So as you make your way into the chamber where the giant, you notice that some of the dwarves are going around clearing up some of those bodies, and you can tell that Thrain is investigating this chamber, as it seems to be new to them. He is in there and notices you as you all make your way through one of these old tunnels, and looks on the group and says, "Oh, God, I was wondering if you survived. You all disappeared there."
Yes, you could say we decided to go further ahead. And we encountered a lot as Trimer gestures towards the kobolds following them.
I see that. Are these your prisoners? We could use more hands to work these mines.
Not really, just kind of help them out dealing with some of the monstrous creatures that were in the tunnels. We faced some large bug-like creatures down the line. Handled them with no problem. Yep, and
The Remoras, they're all over these mountains. But you're wasting your time, Elf. Don't spend it on a kobold. What are you doing? You lot have clearly got more sentimental over the years. Those things are basically rats. And one of them goes, "Hey, fuck you, dwarf." Talkative rats.
yeah, yes, well, cannot deny that. Considering what we encountered other than the Vermont creatures. Trimer shows Strain the map of, and he's basically showing them what the map what we went through, what areas we traveled in, and then he gestures towards these ruins and says, while traveling and scuttering about these ruins, I think no, most definitely. These runes leads to that a Mithril Dragon's Lair. Yes.
Found a lair. Was there coin in there? Treasure?
Yes, and we saw the dragon.
You look pretty good for someone who just came away from a battle with a dragon.
Oh, well, that is the somewhat fortunate thing. We did not battle. You could say the moment we were there, the dragon is powerful. He immediately cast a cage of magical force around us immediately. Like it could not do anything. And he was very conversive.
We had a battle of
Uh,
wits, so to say. And it seemed like we were spared.
Yes.
Well,
And
let me surprised. Never known anyone to meet the dragon and actually tell the tale.
and actually, the reason why is actually because we, well, we told him of our ice giant companion Hyorin, and and he says that he is willing to let Hyorin meet the other ice giant that's within the forge, the female ice giant that's actually there.
Really? So maybe
Yes.
we'll be able
Uh,
to relight the thing after all.
well,
Oh, that's very.
yeah. Yeah. Well, right now that is there's still the thing though. Right now, the dragon isn't allowing us, but rather right now he does want Hyorin to meet the other ice giant that is there, and basically kind of see we'll see what happens from there. Right now we are just conversing, and we'll report back. Well, that is if yeah that is if you'll allow us to actually go through the entrance of the Frostforge along with our ice Hyorin.
I mean, if you lot are mad enough to try such a thing, I wouldn't stop you. I will say, uh, I think you should come back and we can plan a raid on this here horde. You know, a dragon's power is linked to how much they have in their hoard. If we can drain those, we'll not only be rich, but we can make the dragon weak enough to best him.
Uh, not so keen on that idea, uh, Lord Train. The dragon is, well, as I said, very powerful. They cast they have spell casting abilities capable of entrapping. Like the moment we entered, the dragon entrapped us in the cage of magical force, which is a very powerful spell, mind you. So, to be honest, I do not think we are capable of such a feat. And even if we are, not not keen on taking a lot of losses.
Now, I find your level of bravery hard to judge, Elf. I saw you take down this Draugr like it was nothing. I mean, that one's even still got a pet one. I did never seen anyone do any of that. I think you lot might be more powerful than you realise. But I agree, it's a mad idea. Though I wouldn't go down into that mine if you don't expect to fight the dragon. Mm, It's spent a long time keeping folks out, and if Hjorund can't make a good impression, I'm sure there'll be battle to come. Not to mention all the shite that's protecting that forge. I'm sure the dragon's not going to be able to deactivate ice elementals. You know what I mean?
But there's the case of the other, like female frost giant that is also there, who we heard is apparently close with this Mithril dragon. So there's also that.
Close as a kidnapped bride can be. I'm sure she's been forced into servitude to that damned thing. Oversized blizzards, curse upon this land. But you've done well.
Well, Yeah.
Well done on surviving. And you there, kobolds, if you clear up the rest of these dead, maybe there'll be a hot meal and a drink in it for you. The kobolds kind of look at each other, give a little nod, and we'll head off to start clearing up some of the skeletons and collecting some of the bone dust.
Yeah. I must say, out of character, like we are a level 7 party, and although we do have some allied NPCs, I'm not sure if we can take on an ancient dragon. If we can,
Well, I'll remind you the structure of this game is that you guys can kind of go out on expeditions, and the further out, the further away from Broudevik you go, the more dangerous it's going to get. So, with the idea that eventually you're going to reach a point where you're like, okay, I think this challenge might be too tough. We should probably head home and level up before we try this, before we can come back.
Yeah.
That's kind of the idea of how you will keep, as you level up, you'll get further and further out in your travels. So it's up to you. I'm not gonna tell you like I will warn you if it's a fight that you cannot win. And I will say at this point it would be hella dangerous, but that's why I mentioned an ancient mythical dragon is not the same as like an ancient red dragon. Mythical dragons are somewhat uh, lower in power, but yeah, still an ancient dragon. It's nothing to be scoffed at.
Yeah, especially if it has legendary actions and stuff like that. I can imagine if we fail against its breath weapon, it would take out at least a third to half of our max HP at least.
I mean, look, if you're going into the maths of it, there's, I don't know, I don't really understand the point of doing that, but narratively speaking, there's also, remember, there would be great honor in dying against, like, in battle against a dragon. That's a good way to get into Valhalla. So there's, there are other factors at play, and you do have a giant ally, I'll point out, his whole thing was killing dragons. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
and there are other allies as well that you can make. You've got this dwarven settlement, so it could be a case of amassing an army to go and take down the dragon. You might want to go and get troops from Broudevik and sail back and like start a whole campaign against the thing. There's a lot of options that you have at your disposal. It's not just, are we going to run in there and roll initiative?
Yeah, and not only that, but let's say that our reward can either be have kill a dragon and get its horde, or be allied with the dragon, and that's something. Being allied with an ancient dragon is a different kind of reward than its horde. So that's something. Well, if we can, that is, we know that like mithril dragons are basically neutral from the chromatic and metallic dragons. They're a very neutral bunch that don't want to get into conflicts. So that's going to be a difficult thing, even if that is an option.
And says, well, there's more of a reward if you could get rid of the dragon. We could relight the forge, and with the frost forge at our disposal, I mean, between Brauda and Broudevik, we'd be unstoppable. I have no idea the kinds of things you could make down there.
Yeah, like yeah, like within Triber's mind, like he is thinking about that. Ooh, that's a good possibility with this forge thing turned on and all that stuff. But there's also like Triber is also he's quite like he was touched upon what the dragon said like as he's thinking about this within his mind. He's thinking about what the dragon was saying about keeping the forge away from anyone within the world from activating it, like creating dangerous tools, and Trimer takes this into consider he considers this because of how he's always heard of many things about how like learning history of like the elves and giants, of how like basically they were like the elves and giants were once like a great people, like of great power, but now they are but a small former shadow of what they were once great and known for. And he's thinking about, what if this forge like was one of the cause from leading the giants and elves and possibly the other great races and empires that made them fall so hard and became just a mere shadow of their former glory. Like that's what Trimer's thinking about, being a well-read historian.
Yeah, so you can actually make a history check to see if you can get anything more from that as you are considering those things.
Yeah. Okay, a decent 15.
Okay, yeah. So with a 15, that's that knowledge that you've just said is, I mean, pretty much all accurate. One of the other things that you would know though is that it was the dragons that were very much responsible for the dragons, not just the dragons, but the dragons and the gods that, mostly dragons, that sort of pushed the giants and the elves underground, as the dragons of Muspelheim on the sort of to the east of Mordia were fighting the giants of Jotunheim to the west of Mordia, and Mordia was kind of the battleground between the two until the gods stepped in and separated it and made this a realm of men. So there was the War of Titans was raging here, and that was a long time ago, but that was the forge was part of that, creating those titans and to wage that war, which is what the dragon was just saying he wants to avoid. He doesn't want another war of titans. That's why he won't let anyone relight the forge.
Okay, which was between the dragons and giants. Okay.
What's
And basically,
Mikhail's
the elves in Mordia just got caught in between of it. That's what I get at.
Yeah, the elves, there's a lot of information here that would be confusing a bit to Trymere in terms of the elves. Like, it seems like the elves and the giants ran this place together, but from what you've been piecing together, it seems like the elves may have betrayed the giants or done something to them, and that's those golden masks seem to be a representation of that. But with a 15, I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to give you any extra info
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
would like to know what Mikhail's thinking about all of this, though, as it was pretty much your quest to come and unlock the Frost Forge, and now you've been told that you can't. What's going through his mind?
Well, undoubtedly, Mikkel's pissed because of he sees the Frost Forge as a stepping stone for, fulfilling his biggest honor of the biggest quest, which is, creating a weapon fit for gods. That's been his dream achievement. So he's kind of, he's also in a moral like pickle, I guess you could say, because on one hand, like the dragon is speaking some truth, like should the forge be relit, it could lead to more disaster. But on the other hand, it could also not lead to disaster. Like it really depends on how we use it. So Mikkel sees both value in potentially slaying the dragon or fulfilling what it's saying, not to relight the forge.
You pointed out, like Tyler's thinking of, can he somehow negotiate it with the dragon after meeting Hyorin and the frost giant woman that is accompanying the mithril dragon. So So basically, there are a lot of ways we can do this involving Rockforge. Either we kill the dragon, or we negotiate with the dragon somehow, or or ally ourselves with the metal dragon. A lot of things can happen. We just depends on how we execute them, and how the rolls are in our favor. Really.
These tunnels are cold and smell like death. So should we head back to the tavern or up to the keep, and we can discuss this a bit further? Unless you lot have got an idea of where you want to head from here.
So right now we decided to return to the settlement and rest up. We took a lot out of us from dealing with these undead here and the creatures within the tunnels. So yes, right now we would like to head back to the settlement, rest, discuss, and then rest on what we shall do.
I concur.
Then we will cut over as the group heads over to the Hearthfire Inn, back into the town.
And oh yeah, so the stuff with the golden mask, I wonder, can that be removed or somehow, or no?
Do you mean?
Oh, right now I'm wondering if we can remove the golden mask and then melt it down to basically gold currency or something like that.
You want to try pull those things off the wall? Is that what you said?
No, I'm wondering if that's possible somehow. Basically, for if the dwarves can like chip it away, chip it out.
Okay, so before you leave, then the dwarf will say, "Have you gone and looked up at those things up close? I was just having a look. I think it might be a little more morbid than you think."
Okay, yeah, okay. Trimer will. Oh yeah, Trimer didn't take a really closer look last time, but yeah, I guess Trimer will check it out.
Can make
Yep,
an
on the map.
investigation check there, and
Right.
show me where it is you're heading. Which of the masks you're looking at?
Okay, I'm gonna convert my sorcery points to gain some. I have one final second level spell slot, so I can convert it into 3 sorcery points. So I have 3 uses of magical guidance. Okay, but I can only make 1 reroll per different check. So he's going to the mask on the left side. So investigation check. All right, let's do this.
Leroy Jenkins.
Ooh, a dirty 20.
He's back.
He's only got a +1. Oh, I thought he had higher intelligence. But you will notice there with that that this mask is, first of all, it is huge. This mask was cast on the face of a dead giant, and you notice that the skull of the giant is still underneath the mask. It is like welded to its face, and the heads are actually mounted to the wall here and sort of held there just by the mask that is kind of bolted into the wall. So as you are looking at this, you'll also notice that these are definitely like a kind of powerful magic item. They are kind of artifacts. You're not sure what they would do, but these are massive magical items that would take a considerable effort to melt down, or at least one hell of a forge.
Okay.
You were able
Okay.
to unlock the Frost Forge, maybe, but you can tell that these are the heads of giants mounted to these walls and with these golden masks poured onto their face.
Okay. And you say I had to make different investigation checks for each mask.
No, I've told you the information. That's what you learned. You
Okay,
have
gotcha. Okay, I understand.
each of them is a head.
Okay, okay. All right, gotcha. All right, with that, yeah, we'll return back to the settlement, to the Heartfire Inn.
Hazard.
Yeah, you head back, and there's drinking and merriment as it is now a little bit later in the afternoon, just going into the sun is still up though. As you make your way back into the town, you can still see there's people working in the markets. The giants are working the forge, and yeah, Thrain tells you he'll be there in a minute, but that he will meet you in at the inn, and you guys make your way in. Camilla, there are some dirty looks that you are getting as you are bringing in this bound Draugr. But what are you going to try and do to, I don't know, are you going to try tie him up outside, or are you bringing him with you? How are you navigating this?
Hmm. Well, they don't like us down here. We're just gonna go up. Just bringing him up. Like looking for somewhere to just walk up at. But there's like a ledge or something.
Are you trying to like hang him from the rafters kind of thing, or just sit on in the ceiling?
Oh, yes, exactly. That's exactly what it was. I was like looking for something in those. I didn't even see this crossbeam section here, or not crossbeam, but beams here.
Yeah, this is
excuse
just
me.
a small. This is just a kind of small part of the inn, but yeah, there are definitely some crossbeams and rafters that you could go and sit on. And yeah, I feel like that one's pretty perfect. There's an empty table in the corner there that you guys would be able to sit at. Well, at least that you'd be able to fit everyone at, and a nice little perch up above for Camilla and Sven.
Well, time to take a seat.
And Trimer as well, along with.
Are you sitting at a different table there, Tommy?
Actually, yeah, with along with his other elf companions.
You're gonna sit away from the rest of the party.
Yeah, momentarily. As Trimer needs, he takes a drink and he needs time to think about, like everything he's counted because it's been a crazy trip. Yeah, to this place.
There's a dwarf sitting at that table that kind of shuffles up and pulls his food and drink to himself in the corner, just giving a dirty look to the elves as they sit down at a different table. But
Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh.
we'll roll to see what they're serving in the tavern tonight. But what's everyone doing as they make their way in here? Hopefully, Gorm can rejoin us in a second. I feel like he's got the load shedding.
Mikkel's ordering a pint of ale.
Also, drinks here are free to you guys as they are still sort of celebrating your arrival. So you guys can eat and drink in this tavern for free.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. As Trimer's drinking, like it's somewhat he's drinking like to put himself at ease, like calm himself for a moment as he's thinking about Laura attacks, like wondering, what would she do if she were here at this moment?
Sorry, I was reading the thing. It seems everything tonight is corn based.
Oh,
Yeah, there's cornmeal, cornbread, green corn, anything with corn on the dwarves call them mealies. But other than that, has anyone here heard the word mealies?
What?
Mealie. In South Africa, corn is called mealies. That's like
Oh.
so. Yeah, I'll integrate some that's dwarven culture now. As you kind of see some people walking around with big baskets on their head full of like ears of corn, and they're all just shouting mealies as they go around selling this. But it seems the tavern is full of this. There's also some of the couple of corn-based drinks that they are selling. One that is just created by an old dwarvish woman that seems to be chewing corn and then spitting it into a large gourd. Which
what?
I can't remember what that's called. There's a Mexican drink that is made like that.
Wow.
Don't you know what that's called? Awesome. There's a Mexican thing that is made by chewing corn and spitting it. It's chicha, an ancient beer traditionally made from chewed up corn, saliva, and a few spices. Similar to Belgian beers, chicha is not a single homogenized drink. There are variations native to each region and group. So you get some dwarven chicha.
Well, I'm sure it's good.
Oh, looking at a picture of it looks like it. Looks like it was made with human blood. Yeah, I mean, compared to meat, it's pretty much the same. Like looks the same. But you realize that all of those old dwarvish women were not eating the corn; they are making this drink that you were served. And yeah, it's not bad. If you didn't know that part, it would probably be better. But you guys get an array of corn-based food and drink.
Mikkel's just gonna be chomping down on the food and drinking the corn spit ale. Trying to ignore the fact that it's made with spit. Let's see how well he does that. Ah, okay.
Just like a hesitant first sip, and then like, oh, actually, it's not.
And then I think Mikkel's gonna do the classic. He's gonna eavesdrop on the dwarves sitting around, see if they've talking about some spicy stuff.
You can make a perception check, see if you can overhear any rumors.
Okay, perception. He's hoping. So close. That'll be a 6.
And remind me, does Mikil speak Dwarvish?
I do.
And then I'd say you have advantage on it.
Okay, let's try again. Okay. I'm gonna flash of genius that actually, so that'll take me up to +5, so 19.
Okay, nice. Yeah, you definitely overhear some of the conversations happening behind you, and in Dwarvish, you can hear a couple of people pointing towards Gorm, and just some of them seem to be taking bets. They seem to be betting on his results in the arena, and a couple of them also seem to be going like, "Do you think they're even going to fight? They don't look like arena folk." You can hear that the bets are actually getting fairly high for a couple of like mountain dwarves. They seem quite invested in seeing a Gorm win in the arena as the chosen of Aegir.
Yeah. Okay. The question is, should I also bet?
So say again.
Question is, should I also bet?
Yeah, I mean you can hear that the wages have gone up to about 500 gold towards the
Towards the who?
winner. I'm realizing I hadn't really thought about how the betting works right now. But
Okay.
yeah, it would. You can tell that the odds are about 10-1 that he would make it to the finals.
That Gorm would make it to the finals, or the chosen of Aegir?
Yeah.
Who is Gorm?
The finals being the actual Iranian games.
Okay. Well. Okay. It's 10-1. Mikkel's just gonna go over, get a sack of, fuck it, 500 gold. Just say, I'll bet 500 gold he gets to the finals.
You see looks of surprise on all of these dwarves, and then they, oh, we'll take some of that action, lad. Welcome to Brida, and they will take your bet, and we can mark somewhere. I'm just trying to think where we can mark this to remember it, because it may be a while before we actually see if you win that bet or not. Yeah, I'll make it one of the quests. But yeah, you stand to win 5,000 gold at the moment if you are successful.
Right. That doesn't sound like a bad deal.
Yeah, actually, this would be one of the first times that you've really encountered people betting on the Iranian games, and it does immediately seem like it could be a very lucrative uh, sort of gambling operation to be getting in on these games. And the only other people you've heard of betting on the games are the dragons that, like the green dragon that you encountered. The dragons seem to be, like, from what they told you, they seem to run the arena for profit more than anything else. And you are now starting to see that there's a lot of money in those games.
Well, that's definitely a business venture could get into. But yeah. I don't think I'm gonna lose this bet, to be honest. Ugh.
Yep.
You are kind of betting on whether or not the party gets to the end of the campaign.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're probably not gonna need those 5 grants of gold at the end of it, but we'll have it. Okay, Mikkel's gonna ask them. Tell me, lads, have you heard of any like up and rising other bands of heroes who you can bet on? Kind of curious.
Well, the smart bet is on the current champions. I suppose they fought in the last round, and they'll be the favorites at the moment. If you could defeat them, I mean, you'd be a shoo-in. Defeating one of them is also a pretty good way to get yourself chosen by the gods. And I mean, to be chosen by the gods means that the gods are betting on you as well. So really, betting on Gorm is just betting with Ega.
Exactly.
There are a bunch of names I could give you, but right now my foundry's crashed, so I'll have to say,
Shucks. Oh, well, I see the issue there. I'll order you a pint of ale to make up for it.
oh, thank you. You understand my pain.
Oh, I do.
Loading back in.
Well, I think betting.
Yes,
definitely.
there are.
Go ahead.
Each arena has got a champion essentially, and I will be able to get to the names in a second, but essentially there are arenas all over Mordia, and each one of them has got a champion.
Hmm.
Here we go. Yeah, these names are kind of hard to to pronounce, to be honest. I think the closest one to you would be Isa, which is the champion of ice. There is a champion of magic, life, day, gifts, death, earth, ice, fire, water, borders, lightning, and binding. Those are the current champions, at least the ones that we've got listed.
Sorry, did I hear that right? A champion of borders. How does that work?
Aye.
Yeah.
Odal.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Does that does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Okay, I see.
Wait, is this? Have I forgotten the links to actual mythology that I added? Yeah, I made these characters so long. Well, I mean, do you know something like this? If if you've got a bets, I mean, you've got to know us. Let us know how you do it there. These
Well, let's just say I've got something of a hunch. And my hunch has never failed me. That's how I've made it in life. That's how I've survived. Call me a fool, but I think I will have the last laugh.
well will be betting on you as well if you're all entering. You think you're going to take those elves into the arena?
If they can survive that far. Who knows? They might climb up the next tree they see because they're scared. They've wetted their pants.
Wouldn't put it past them. Though that one in the ceiling, I think we've all got our money on.
True, eh?
Just look up to see Kamala's like glinting eyes sitting next to Sven drinking the corn drink.
Getting corny.
Yep. like a cat, just finding your vantage point and looking down on all of the scrubs.
Yes, and then I found a crazy cat lady just to adopt me.
So by this point, you guys have been here at least an hour. You would have been able to take a short rest, as you've gotten some food and drink, and yeah, it's up to you. If you do want to just stick around here until you long rest, you don't have to actually roll for that now. But
Yep.
it is about 8 o'clock. The sun is just going down. It apparently goes down a little late.
Yep. Let's take a long rest and get ready for tomorrow. Where basically we'll tell Lord Crane that like basically before we take a long rest tomorrow that will basically go to the main entrance of the forge with Hyorin. Oh yeah, and also telling Hyorin that we're planning to go to the forge tomorrow morning. Like we tell him of what we encountered. We encountered the ancient mithril dragon, and he's allowing us to speak with this female frost giant that is within the forge as well.
So you broke up there just before you said the ancient metal dragon. You're going to do what? You said you were taking Huron to the Frost Forge, and then what do you?
Oh, oh yeah, yeah. I was telling that the mithril dragon was allowing us to, in a way, speak and converse with this female frost giant.
So
Like you
you're
mentioned, yeah, telling Yorin of all of what we encountered, about the ancient mithril dragon, and hearing about the Frost Forge, and yeah, basically something about the female frost giant wanting to catch up with with an old companion. Like that's what the mithril dragon mentioned, like allowing us to enter the Frost Forge.
Yeah, are you trying to tell this to Huron now, or are you going to try and wait for the morning? Because you haven't seen him since you got back to town.
Oh, yeah, I gotta try to tell this to Huron now, since like that is the plan, like letting him know of our plan and what we encountered.
Okay, you can make an investigation check as you look around to try and find Huron.
Ah, okay, that's interesting. How hard is it to look for a project? But yeah, I'll make it. Investigation. Roll. Do I succeed with the 12? If not, I'm going to use my magical guidance if I do not succeed.
I'd say with a 12, that is enough to find a dwarf that is busy packing some things up for the evening and notices you wandering around outside the tavern looking for something. And he just says, "Are you lost, elf?" You,
No, Sir Dwarf. I'm looking for uh, our frost giant companion, Huron. Have you seen him? Can't be that hard to track a frost giant that big.
he went deeper into the mountain a little while ago.
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, good to know. Yeah, with that, Trymere will go back to the party and notify. Oh no, Huron seems to have gone into the mountain. Let's go after. Basically, let's go after him. Before Trymere, like he asked for direction, what direction that he went, yada yada. Intro.
Yeah, with a 12, the dwarf points you towards the like so one of the exits that would lead you deeper into the mountain. And if you were headed to the Frost Forge, that's probably the direction that you would head in the morning. But yeah, he can't give you directions to where the giant has gone.
Yeah, but basically where he started.
Yeah, he gives you the basic idea of where he saw him leave. But you come back to the party and tell them all this.
Yep.
What do you guys think about continuing on?
Yeah, I say we follow him without. Although Trymere is out of stuff, but he can still cast cantrip. That's enough. So, do you guys want to head after Huron? Like, we can't, whatever he's facing, we can't let him face it alone, and we can't miss out on what he's discovering.
Hmm. Yeah. See that like we try and take a long rest. I'm not sure which would be better in this current moment.
Yep, that is the dilemma. Take a long rest and miss out what Huron is discovering or conversing. If he makes it to the Frostwood and converses with the Frost Giant female. I don't want to miss out. Basically, Trymere is like he doesn't want to miss out on some more conversation of two giants catching.
Fun. I suppose we should go get Sean then.
Yep. So you're voting to go after Huron right now.
Yeah.
All right. Carmel. Oop, you there, Carmel? DM, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well,
Oh,
I guess
okay.
let's just do it. Time to go.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
All right. Well, it was fancy seeing you, lads. I'll be going.
Yep. And time will also go as well. And I don't know. Cardinal's there to respond, or maybe she's still looking at the painting.
Or maybe she's just hiding in the shadows and you don't know where she is.
Oh, true, true.
Looking for another dwarf to traumatize.
Yep. and and uh, and Garm is also hiding within the shadows of a electrical blackout.
Okay. So make your way outside of the tavern. And yeah, you will see Lord Thrain is making his way towards the tavern as you guys are exiting. As yeah, he just sees you making your way. He goes, looks like you're heading out. Are you gonna try and make a pass at the dragon?
Somewhat. Right now, our frost giant companion Norin seems to gone ahead, and we're seeking to catch up while we were resting.
Well, I doubt he'll get very far on his own, but from what I understand, he was quite upset. Probably got a bit impatient.
True.
You know, it's just dangerous down there. Might not be the best time to go down, but if you must, here, take one of these. And he gives you 2 potions of cold resistance.
Oh, cold resistance. Okay. Yep. How long do they last?
Give a second, I'll be able to give you the item, and then you can read.
Okay, gotcha.
So I take it Primate is accepting one of these potions.
I wonder, Carmela, are you resistant to frost? Yes, I'm wondering that because you're undead.
I know I have a custom frost, but I wonder what the source is. Oh, it's most likely one of those potions. Just remove that from the sheet so it matches. Perfect.
Yep, rolling some short reds die quickly for Finley. All right, good to go.
Have it imported. I'm just trying to find. So sorry, you said you're good to go. Have you applied it all?
Yeah, short rest die. Like Mikkel, you got some short rest die you want to roll?
Oh, yeah. Cool, super. I am ready.
How about you, Carmel? I got this guy. One roll.
I have 0 short rest dice left.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, you have mobile, so you can hit and run.
I added both the potions to your sheet there and try and
Okay. Oh, okay, I see it. Okay, they last for 1 hour.
Superb. So what do you think your run would be?
Oh yeah, and with that potion of cold resistance, I'm gonna give it to Carmilla. So gift to Carmilla and set. Did you get it, Carmilla?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
there you go. Yep. So Timer got the general directions of where Huron went, and well, heading towards a mountainous cavern area, which leads to the fort, I assume.
yeah.
All right, here we go.
You're leaving a lot of things up to me to assume.
Oh.
Like you have to describe your actions. Like I don't really understand what it is
Sorry.
you're expecting. Like and then off we go. But you
Okay,
just
sorry.
randomly. What do you? You're not preparing anything before you're going. You're just heading off into the tunnel. Are you going in any particular order? Is anyone leading the navigation? Like, is some? It sounds like you've got a map, so you could make your checks to like do a survival check to try and find your way out. Same as every expedition that we've done. What are you guys doing as you make your way out of Browder and into the mountain?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, dang it! I'm getting a call. Hold on.
Well, I suppose, Camilla, you would lead the flock as you always do, right?
And we are going where?
To find a Hurland TM, which he was in the cave, right?
You don't know where he's gone. It seems like he's headed towards the Frostforge, though. Seems like he was tired of waiting and has made his way there himself. At least from what you can tell, he's left the town
Perfect.
in that direction.
Perfect. Then I will be starting to like look for his tracks, and it's like just well, they're going that way and just following that way towards the where he's going currently.
Okay, awesome. You can make a survival check with advantage because of the snow. He'll probably leave some pretty big.
Okay. 22.
Okay, I'm gonna move us on to the next map then, as you guys follow Huron's tracks down into the frozen tunnels of Emir's Lash, and you are still kind of in range of the town at this, but I will show you what. As you make your way down into these tunnels, you start to see more of these ruins of ancient dwarven culture and ancient giant. You also notice a half giant that is standing. I mean, I'll reveal the token because he's standing right there. But you notice one of the main guards that is standing watch over these tunnels, and everyone.
You broke up, sorry.
Can everyone see this?
I can.
Yeah, I just want to make sure the vision is set up that you can see. Yeah, you guys follow the tracks of Huron down through these tunnels, and you can see that they lead much deeper down. But you are now seeing some of these ancient ruins, and at least one of the guards of Browder, who is standing watch here, probably finishing up his patrol around the town.
Oh, hello there. Fancy seeing you out here. Are you keeping guard?
You must be the ones I've heard so much about that snuck past me the other night. Welcome. Sorry I didn't get a chance to meet you. My name is Aleph Stoneguard. An honor.
An honor to meet you too, Aleph. The name's Mikil.
Get it out for the evening. Not sure if you've been warned of the dangers of these tunnels. Nighttime can be rather cold down there, you know.
I see. Thanks for the warning. But yeah, we were about to head out. The first giant Yoran we took with us, he seemed to have just decided to take a bit of a walk down there. So I'm gonna try and find him.
He passed by me earlier. Said he was tired of waiting. Actually, he gave me a message for you lot. They didn't to worry and to thank you for your help in getting him here.
I see.
But I tried to warn him that the forge has been closed for some time and for good reason. He seemed forlorn, though. I'm sure he wouldn't be fool enough to try and break in.
On one hand, I want to believe you, but on the other, he does seem pretty adamant about lighting the forge. So we should probably try and catch up to him.
I see. Well, best of luck to you. Perhaps we should. I mean, will you need some assistance? It is, as I said, treacherous down there. Have you got a horn or something with you could blow if you encounter some sort of emergency.
I can't say I have a horn on me, to be honest, but that would be quite useful, yeah. Do tell, you wouldn't happen to have a horn we could borrow just for this endeavor?
May, if none of you have one already. Thinking Gorm might be the one that has a horn.
Oh, he
Check.
does? Okay.
I would imagine as the cap. Not seeing one on his sheet though. Yeah, so Aleph will happily say, well, you can borrow one of mine, get another from my.
Oh, thank you.
You can roll a D100 for me, Mickey.
Okay.
See how nice this horn is.
97.
97.
Yes.
Okay, well, in that case, let me see. Maybe not. Just double check it. Yeah, he will give you a bronze horn of Valhalla.
Oh,
Oh
I'm
no.
back.
Okay. Welcome back. Bronze Horn of Valhalla.
Careful with that. It is infused with the magics of this mountain. Blow that, and you will summon a berserker.
I'll make sure not to use it unless it's actually an emergency. Thank you.
Oh, it's not to worry. It resets every week. Well, every 7 days. So don't hesitate if you need it. Be sure to use it.
Thank you. I will.
Ooh. I assume the high hit number is good from the percentile.
Yeah. Above 95 was going to get you a very rare version.
Oh,
100 would have gotten you the legendary, the iron horn, but you
So
got
close.
the rare one.
almost the best.
Alright. Well, let's get going, lads. As we go forward. And this is where Camilla does her fancy work.
Of leading us to the Misty Mountains, yes.
The Misty Mountains.
And we continues down, but well, I guess there's still like what's called footprints of the giant.
Yep.
Yeah, you are finding it fairly easy to keep tracking between the footprints of the giant and Trimir's map. You are able to keep going fairly easily. So you will have another advantage on a survival check to keep following those tracks.
$16.
Okay, not so good. So you reach a point where the path will split. There will be two tunnels leading in different directions, and you kind of can't tell which way the Huron went at this point because there are several sets of tracks, probably with some of the half giants that live in Browder, but it is you kind of lose which way is which, and with a 16 you are however able to tell that the path to your left leads to a marker on Trimir's map, which is the map you got from Onyx. It seems to be not too far on a path down the left, and on a path down the right is where you have marked the Frost Forge to be. So at this point, you are at the split in the road, and it's up to you which path you want to take.
The right path.
All right. Good Frostforge. That is where you're on it.
Okay. And as you are making your way down that path, is anyone acting as a lookout or any of the other roles as you're making your way?
Tremor can do lookout.
Okay, then you can
Or
make
so-
a perception check as you are looking out for Hyorin.
Ooh, 24.
So you will see actually you can roll a straight d20. I want to see if if the path that you have taken because of the low survival, which side you'll become.
I rolled a 15. Oh, for some reason I rolled this Onyx.
That's still set. Okay, so as it is getting later, you get to you are going to make your way down and then notice with that 24 you will hear in the distance this grumbling voice of Veitrunder as you hear the dragon and you hear Hjorund, and you can hear the two of them are in an argument. But as you are approaching, you start to see lights in the distance and what looks like some statues of giants standing before a massive gateway. Let me show you. Wait, jump.
Oh, this is exciting. Oh man, wish Gorm was here. That damn power outage of his.
Uh, yeah, it says interior, but that you're not in the frost. That is Thorin sitting to the left there. I'll put
Yep.
your tokens down. Okay. So you guys approach as you can see the mithril dragon curled up against the stone and seems to be like aggressively in conversation with Hjorund as the two of them seem to be shouting back at each other and Hjorund is sitting down when you arrive. They don't seem like they are in battle, but the way that they are speaking, you can hear that Hjorund is very upset, and he is shouting at the beast in giant that he doesn't belong here as you are approaching. So what would you guys like to do as you see these two facing off? will say neither of them seem to have noticed you guys yet as you're approaching. So you can, if you want to be sneaky, you do have a chance to sneak around, but otherwise, yeah, they are taking up most of this tunnel. It'll be pretty obvious if you walk up in the middle.
You guys don't mind if I go ahead and
You go
say something?
and get eaten.
Okay. Trimer will, yeah, he'll just nonchalantly walk up, like both hands behind his back, like just, just waddling on forward awkwardly, like saying, speaking in giant. I see you two have met. Quite loudly. He doesn't speak in a chipper voice. Like he just says this out loud, like he's coming in.
Both of them stop and turn to look at you as you approach, and Kieran just like he seems quite. You can see the look on his face. He looks quite upset as the giant says, "And it seems you haven't given him my message, Elf. This fool wants to relight the forge."
Yes, the moment we came back, he seems he has already left, and well, before catching up, we had to recuperate a bit from.
Yes.
Hold
so
on. You can just see Kieran kind of looking down at you all, and it looks like he's just been delivered the news that all of the giants here are gone. It hasn't really been involved in the other conversations about that so far, and he is now seeing it for himself that most of this place lies in ruins. There is a large gate standing behind them, which the dragon is currently blocking.
Yes. Well, from what we spoke last time, you said you would allow Hyorin to, well, for starters, speak with the other frost giant that is here, correct?
I would, but that is under the condition that no one tries to relight this unholy place. And that certainly does not seem to be the intention of your friend here. As Yoren just goes, "You've hurt her. I will kill you." And he like starts getting up and picking up his sword as he kind of looks aggressive, but he doesn't look like he's actively attacking.
All right. Very. Seems like a complicated situation's going about. Well, obviously. All right. So, I can imagine Yorn, is not just mad about not activating the forge. I imagine he is mad about other things, since you are a dragon after all.
All the things to find in my old home. A dragon nest. I never would have imagined such blasphemy.
All right. Uh, and I assume you've been here a while, and I assume so looking at it, hovering above his. Oh, what the heck? Oh, dang it, Foundries. Okay, there we go. So Vate Trunter. Okay, so his name is Vate Trunter. That's how it's pronounced. The dragon's name.
Yes, I've only said it several times, but
Oh yeah, I was just saying how it's pronounced. If I am pronouncing it right.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, Trimer asked Vatrander basically, has he explained? Have you explained why you are here in the first place, or is right now Sioran just not listening because of his view against dragons? Like, Trimer's asking Vatrander this.
This giant has threatened my life and claims that he will relight the forge. If you want to bring him inside peacefully, then get him to promise he will do no such thing. Otherwise, I will have to leave you out here. Or worse.
Yes, and yep, and from here, and then Trimer looks here, and from Hyorin's perspective, he sees that Vatrander, a dragon that is in his home, is basically something like very like basically it's a great insult to Hyorin that he sees that a dragon is here and basically seemingly made it his home, which in a way he has, and he finds it a great insult. Who? Eh. Who? This is gonna take a lot of convincing. All right, Hyorin. Right now I can understand it is. It pains you to see that this dragon is here, but and you want to light the forge. Uh, uh, can you can you explain your reasons to this dragon why you wish to light the forge again?
There is no reasoning with this creature. We have come all this way so I can return to my home. He does not belong here. This place is giant made and will be giant run once more.
Yes. And so far we've Vatrander, right now we've heard that there is another frost giant here, and tell me, what does she desire of this forge? Does she too also wish not to light the forge again? This frost giant that is accompanying you within the forge.
He is bound to this place, and her heart is what keeps the fire cold. Her sacrifice means that these weapons of war will never again be used, and she must be protected at all costs. That is why I cannot allow you to enter these halls and put her in danger.
All right, Bjorn, are you willing to at least converse with this other ice giant and see, and basically see for yourself on her perspective of things?
Roll a
Before,
persuasion check on Hyorin, as this dragon is his enemy as far as he's concerned.
Yep. Okay, let's do this. I have good persuasion. I have the second best persuasion next to Svenja, who has expertise. Okay. Persuasion.
Isn't yours just +4, like +1?
Oh, day, I'm gonna use magical guidance. I still got some sorcery points left to reroll. Okay, decent.
I'm
Oh wait, what? That was
gonna.
perception. I mean, that would have been an 18. So, and if Mikhail does Flash of Genius, it would be a 23.
Yeah, I was about to say I've Flash of Genius that. So
What does the Flash of Genius look like in this? Like, how's Mikhail adding to this argument?
how's Mikkel adding to the argument? Just whispering into like to Tremi's or ear, like also mentioned this.
Like share how you feel about the Frostforge and understanding this dragon's view of not wanting to light it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, basically you relate to Hjorn in wanting to light the Frostforge, but this dragon is making some good points, as has been here a long time. And he claims to have kept one of your kind safe.
I don't believe that. I believe he's keeping her as a prisoner. But let us go and find out.
And the dragon just says,
Not until I have your word.
as Huron looks down at the rest of you, and he just says,
I don't know why you're siding with this dragon, but you have gotten me this far, so I will trust you this one last time. But I promise you, if she is held prisoner, and you do not help me, I will haunt you for the rest of eternity.
Understood.
the dragon just turns and says,
Well, reluctant as I am, let us see if you can pass the gate, and then I shall see you inside.
and it slowly just kind of steps off of the rocks around it and just eyes you all out as Huron, you can see him holding back, not wanting to attack or wanting to attack this thing. But the dragon moves past you and then climbs up onto the wall, spreads its wings, and the ground rumbles as it launches itself out through one of the openings in these tunnels and into the sky. And as it moves out, it reveals three statues of giants sort of standing almost like they are standing guard outside this gigantic door. And yeah, as you see on that door, there are three large symbols that seem to be part of some sort of locking mechanism. But if you want to get a closer look on that, you can go up to it and investigate. But for now, the dragon has left, and Hjorund is standing with you here. It seems like they are allowing you to at least attempt to get into the forge.
We
Well, oh, go ahead.
yeah. Trimer will reluctantly lead the way, walking towards passing through, like looking at the statues and going under this archway, while looking back behind the party and Jorn to see if they're following.
Can I do an Arcana check? Yeah, well, I want to know, like, I'll try to figure out how this gate works.
Yeah, you can make Arcana or Investigation as you all follow under the arch there, and Jorn grumbles some complaints about other arches in his way and swears about dwarves. But with that check, You can see, yeah, now, what is the time? Yeah, maybe we've got enough time for this, but I did not have time to actually set it up visually, so I may have to ask for 5 minutes to actually set something up here. But what you are seeing is there are 3 symbols, and each of them seems to be attached to a dial that you can rotate. In the middle, it's like there are 3 columns and 3 rows. And the middle column has a symbol of a boat above it. On the right-hand column, there's nothing, and on the left-hand column, there are 3 symbols. They are runes that are written in giant, and the first one says gods, the second one says giants, and the third one says dragons. Roll 18. With an 18, you will also notice that as you all approach, and as Hjorund kind of steps close, you will notice these runes beginning to glow on the wall as a riddle appears, etched into the posted into the chat. Oh,
Right?
okay. It's coming from him.
Alright, should I read it out loud for the kids in the back? Okay. Three powers in ancient times, bound by trust, yet torn by crimes. The giant fierce and dragons bold, the gods above with hearts so cold. If left alone, bloodshed shall spill. The giants will, the dragons kill. Yet leave the gods to face the might of giant strength, they shall smite. But lo, the dragon and gods as one shall harm not the other, the pact be done. Now solve this riddle, prove your mind, for only then the path you'll find.
If you guys want to take 5 minutes to sort of consider this, I just need to quickly make the symbols, and then we can.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought I had made it. I don't know how I managed that one, but I'll just quickly make the symbols, and then the puzzle should be a little bit more, at least how it works.
Oh my gosh.
door on there.
Delicious.
Okay, so obviously the door is behind there, but you should be able to see the puzzle up top there. So there are 3 positions that each of these room zones can be slid into. The middle one. Yeah, and there's a little symbol of a boat above the top one. Well, just in the middle column there. And you can tell that there are dials that you'll basically be able to rotate the dials. There are 3 of them, and they can move those things from side to side. So from what you can tell, to open the door, you would need them to move them all to the other side. That seems to be the obvious part of the mechanism, but the riddle determines the order in which they need to be moved.
Okay. So just back and forth.
So you can gain a hint if you are feeling stuck, but you can only get as many hints as you have up to your intelligence modifier.
Okay. And you cut out a bit. So, what do the different like positions mean? Like, is it like
The order, and like basically the idea is to get to the other side, but what's called the riddle decides which order they need to be moved.
yeah? So it's basically rock, paper, scissors, right? Like, well, not fully. Like, dragons and gods are equal, but dragons get beaten by giants and gods beat giants.
God, dragon, giant.
Yeah. Right now, to me, the line, "the gods above Heartrend," so called, if left alone, blood shall spill. So what I'm thinking is that we have to move the god symbol, for sure, in some place. So we do not. So we must do something with the god symbol. Or if we leave it alone, blood shall spill.
Are you going to try and rotate?
Oh yeah, it's also like if you see the gods to face the might of the giant's strength. So yeah. So they cannot be near there. So it's something with dragons.
Are
Giants, well,
you've got to tell me if you're rotating the dials, like one rotation will move it one space. So you can just tell me if your character is going to rotate one of the dials, just tell me which one and it'll move.
do you guys want to move the god symbol, like, to see what happens?
Sure.
It's worth a try at least.
Yep. So we just give it a simple move, like just all the way to the middle.
Okay, you roll that that dice, and it moves to the middle, and you hear a loud clunk, and then as soon as you let go, as soon as you let go, it reset.
Oh, reset back. Okay.
Yeah, it immediately, you hear the stone clanking, and you can't move it much further as the puzzle resets.
Okay.
So what if we move the giant first?
What's right? Do you want to do the middle or all the way?
Middle. I assume we can't move them all the way, although that would be a
Yeah, you can only move it one at a time, but if it allows you to keep moving it smoothly, you'd be able to move it too.
so I want to try moving the giants to the middle. What's the next step? Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to reset after moving them.
Okay. See, now here comes the issue. If we move the dragons are going to get killed by the giants. If we move the gods, the giant is going to be killed by the gods.
The what's called the giant's face. There's something tells me maybe move the giants to the end, then move the what you call it. Then either move then move the guards, because yet leave the guards to face the yet could be like do nothing.
So do you want to try to move the giants again?
I think that's the thing, and then move the guards afterwards if it doesn't reset.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
You move that second dial, and the giant rune goes to the other side, and you hear the mechanism clank as there is a sound of some movement on the other side, but the puzzle doesn't reset.
I'll move it from the other side. Can we check there?
I assume it's beyond the.
Yeah,
we
it's the
can't-
mechanism of the door. You can like hear the lock is
Okay.
moving
Okay.
as you do.
Okay.
You guys are going to have to tell me when you're actually rolling the dial, because if you just tell me the whole sequence, then I don't know which way you're going. So
Yeah.
So
you're gonna have to get moment by moment with this. So you've moved the giants all the way to the other side, and Pamela has recommended the gods next. But what are you gonna do?
we're gonna move the gods next. Yeah. Just one turn. See what happens.
Yeah. And not only that, but line, if left alone, blood shall spill. So I feel like we should move it now. To the middle.
Well, one step.
Okay, as you move the
No.
gods.
Oh.
So you stop.
Do you have any objection, Mikkel?
That was Camilla.
No, I
Okay.
was just like, if left alone. I wonder if that means that we should have moved the dragon before, because if we count these like as the same lane, or yeah, then if we have the dragon there, then they would not be left alone. But let me see, this is my dragons, the dragon and one shall not harm the other. So I think maybe the dragon is actually the one we should move, because then wait, but if we move the dragon, then the guards will be left alone. Ugh, this is hard.
What if we try moving the gods?
Yet
Will
there's
affect
also the
them?
line yet.
Hmm?
Oh, I was saying yet there's also the line yet leave the gods to face the might of giant strength they shall smite.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yes, it's.
So do
And
we
it
oppose
says, but
moving to the gods, or
Let's try the guards because yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems potentially.
Okay, rolling on gods.
we are in agreement.
yes?
Okay.
Right. You slide the gods over to the middle, and the puzzle doesn't reset.
Okay. So then we move the dragons one forward.
Okay, you can make an athletics check for me on this one.
Okay.
Ah,
That's not good.
You pull at this thing, and you can't seem to move the last dial. It seems like it's either stuck or it's like being blocked. Right. Can't tell if it's just frozen shut and it hasn't been used in a long time, or if there's some part of the mechanism that's actually blocking you from turning it again. But it ain't budging.
Leave the guards to face the giants' might. That could either mean to move the giants back or move the guards forward once, and then we can move the dragons, I presume. Because then the guards ain't left alone.
hold on. It says yet leave the gods to face the might of giant strength they shall smite. But lo, the dragons and gods as one shall not harm the other. Fact, be done. Now only sought to figure one.
Mikhail said that I broke up earlier, but I was trying to mention if you want a hint, you can try and make an intelligence check, but you can only get as many hints as your intelligence modifier.
And I believe Mikkel got max +5.
Which is good. That means you have a smart party that is more likely to solve a puzzle, but you would still have to attempt a check, and that's up to you when you actually want a hint. I mean, you might not want one, you might just want to figure it out yourself.
That would be a flex. Let's see what Camilla said. Let's try moving the gods. Let's see what happens.
Forward.
Yeah, move gods one forward. Then that should maybe reset the.
You hear the mechanism clank, and it doesn't reset.
Okay, so now we attempt to move the dragon.
Okay, we're on agreed moving dragon.
Yep.
Okay, as you slide it into the middle slot, you hear a loud crack and bang from the mechanism on the other side as both of the other ones move all the way back and the puzzle resets. But not only that, there is a burst of this frigid, cold wind that blasts from the doors, and I need everyone to make a con save.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Look, that was a 17 rolling into a 3, which makes it a 6. That's fine.
Okay.
Lost the hazard thing. What did you roll there? Just to pull them out on the other.
Well, the max was 11 on con save.
I rolled an 11.
It's not going to be enough.
Oh, how much cold damage do we take?
The shit ton is what it's saying here. Oh, it's not even cold. So this is one of the vents. Roll. Okay, that is going to be 27 points of damage. On this one, it is 13 points of fire damage and 14 points of poison damage as this gust of poisonous toxic gas that blasts you in the face. That this is like the smell of sulfur fills the air, and yeah, feels like you've all just been struck by a burnt fart.
Okay, not. Okay, moving the dragons forward is not so good.
Well, we have to move them all to the end, so.
Hmm.
Hmm. Maybe it could also be like, I don't know, we move dragons, guards all the way down to the end, and we just slide the giants up last.
Yeah, right now we do know that when moving gods forward the first time, it goes back immediately.
Well, yeah, so gods clearly isn't the right answer first time. I mean, fuck it, we only take damage, right? I want to move the dragons one forward.
As the dragons one gets to the middle, the puzzle resets and it pushes itself back.
Okay.
Okay. So what we were doing before, it seemed to be working.
Yeah, so clearly we have to start with giants.
Yep. So. Yep. So we clearly have to start with the giant. So we have to go move that to the middle.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because we already tried gods first and that went back, and then we tried dragons first and that went back.
Yeah,
So,
so
we do have
giants
to
first.
to the middle. Yeah. Yeah,
And then was gods.
and what we, no, what we did next is we actually moved the giants one more time in the
True,
third
but
row.
I'm thinking the dragons need to go like towards the end first. So what if we move gods as the next one?
Oh, Okay, and then you think about moving the giants back.
No, like move the gods forward one, then if that works, move the dragons one forward, and then move the dragons again, and then gods, and then giants.
Okay, okay. Okay, so you want to do gods forward one?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Alright, let's do that.
You can make another athletics check, as this one now seems stuck as well.
Okay.
Ah, not so good on
Man.
the athletics.
The dice gods are with me on this side. As yeah, so you realize that there is resistance there, and it seems like something has blocked this wheel as well.
Alright. Looks like we have to move the giants again.
True. Okay, yeah. So move giants.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, it seems
you
that
realize something?
it's just a theory, but think about this. When the gods was here, we couldn't move the dragons. So I think that when either of these has anything in them, it will block the dragons from moving. So if we were to move the dragons now, they would it would move. That's at least my theory.
Okay, well, let's test that theory.
Okay. Let's see. We're gonna attempt to move the dragons instead of the gods. So we do dragons first.
Puzzle doesn't seem to reset as it reaches the middle.
Okay. I forget. Could you move them backwards?
I wonder.
We haven't tried.
Okay.
It is a wheel that goes both ways. So I will say.
Ah, well, that makes sense then. Okay. So then it would be gods, right?
Wouldn't that just be a repeat of what we did last time? Because wasn't
No,
the gods here, or were they here?
No, they were on the third slot.
Yeah, because as the two as one will not harm the other. The pact can be done. So yeah, that actually seems like a good idea. Yes.
Okay. So if we move the gods one turn forward, turn the wheel.
The god's wheel is stuck again. You can make an athletics check to try and force it, but it's just when you are feeling that resistance.
Oh, it seems I'm correct that if anything is in here, it blocks the movement of the other.
Okay. I'll still make the athletics. Surely nothing can go wrong, right? Well,
Oh my gosh, the dice god.
7. You clearly have to find a box to move the what's called the wheel. That's what the dice is telling you. What did it say about the giants and dragons?
well, the giants kill the dragons, and the gods smite the giants, and the gods are will have a pact with the dragons, so they don't do anything with each other.
Okay. Unless, and now I don't know if it's possible, but if we move back the dragons, then move forward the gods, and then move back the giants. That's presuming, of course, they can move backwards. Because then we have the what's called the gods, and they are not left alone. So no blood will be spilled. Blah blah blah. And giants.
Okay,
Yeah.
so right now the first move is to basically you want to move the dragons back.
Yeah, it's basically just so the dragons and the giants doesn't meet because we don't want them to meet. And
Yeah.
we want it to basically enable it so the guards can be moved. Because if my theory is correct, once we move the giants here, it will block the what's called guards from moving forward. So we will have to move the dragons back, then the guards forward, and then the giants back, presuming, of course, that's possible. But if it's not possible, well, we learn something new.
Okay. We wish to move the dragon symbol back. Yeah.
Moves back.
Nothing happens, and then we wish to move the god symbol forward. Correct, guys?
That's correct. And then we wish to move the giants backwards.
Ooh, can we do that?
As you try to move the giant's wheel, it is stuck now, much like the others were.
Okay, so it's stuck. And we know that the dragons can't move.
We don't know that actually. If the dragons can't move, if the gods are there.
We already have had that earlier. That's how I basically got my theory confirmed. But well, we can try.
Yeah, let's try and see, because giants and I mean the gods and dragons. But lo, the dragons and goddess one shall not harm not the other. So we will attempt to move the dragons to the middle while the gods are there.
The dragon wheel is stuck as well.
Ah, damn it.
See. Yeah, and if we move the guards forward and then the dragons forward, we are basically back to the first configuration.
Yeah.
And I don't think we should move the dragons to the end, because then the giants will,
Yeah, and I remember that the moment we moved the gods to this symbol, we heard some mechanism, a large mechanism, was turning, and we were fine. How about once we move the gods forward here?
Oh, you think moving
the
them?
giants back? Yeah.
Yeah, that will just the issues. Then the giants will be. They will kill the dragon, but yeah, that's at least worth a try, because that's one configuration we haven't tried.
Yeah, we haven't tried that yet. Right now, I believe, like when the three are together here, or 3 or 2 are together, nothing might happen. That's what I assume.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what. But we couldn't move the giants back, could we? That was stuck.
No, we couldn't do that. I think, like, if we do that, the gods will like smite the giants, as it says in the riddle.
Yeah, but we already tried to move the giants back, because that was my original plan, to be like, okay, the gods is smiting the giants, and what I had hoped was the giant would basically be smited and stunned, so they couldn't like kill the dragons, and then we could sneak the dragons past the giants.
Still got lots of hints, I will point out.
Yeah, but still though, I think we can manage without the hints. Maybe you'll give us inspiration. That's what we're thinking.
I respect the attempt. I'm just saying, like it won't just give you the solution. They are just hints.
Of course, we have to put all of those squares into the triangle place. That's the solution.
Of course. So what? The only thing we can move forward right now is the gods. I assume,
yeah.
Since we couldn't
Yeah.
move the dragons forward, we can move the giants back.
Yeah, in the first combination we found we could move the giants all the way and the gods all the way. But the error that happens that when we move dragons forward is when the steam hit us. So We will definitely not do that. Basically, my suggestion is that you move the gods forward and then try to move the giants back.
Okay.
So, all right. So, all right, we shall move the gods forward.
You hear another loud clank.
Okay. Once the loud clank goes, we can imagine. Oh no, gods are here. Giants. Let's retreat. Let's. So we attempt to slowly move the giants back. Anything happens?
Slides easily this time.
Okay. Okay, here's the conundrum.
Wait a second. Now we have them all on the line.
3 in a row, like the game.
Hear a little jackpot sound, but the door doesn't open.
Shit.
Not even if we stand like sideways.
You don't really hear a jackpot sound. There's no effect from having them off.
See, now the question
Realize
is,
that could be really misleading, giving you a joke
And
in the middle of a puzzle.
my question is, can we move the gods now back now? I wonder.
oh, let's. Do you want to try it?
What's there to lose? Other than
Yeah. Yep.
Could work. But I don't think it will work.
Yeah, but thing is, we weren't exactly told to move all three here. What if we're supposed to align all three in the middle? So or somehow.
Yeah. But maybe.
let's try it.
Yeah, you want to move the gods back one?
Yes.
Okay. All right, it's decided, DM. You shall move the gods back one.
And the god's wheel is stuck.
Damn it. Okay, so you don't do that. I wonder, guys, how do you feel about moving the giants back one more?
That would come in turmoil with the dragons.
Yeah, but at the same time, when the dragons go here, it'll be turmoil again. Basically, what I'm thinking is that we move forward with the giants, but like basically, in order to move the symbols of gods and dragons, we have to move the giants first. Like the giants fierce and dragons bold.
But what
By
is
fierce, I'm taking that by like we
The
constantly
dragon's
have-
bolt. No, wait. If it.
well, the
Wait.
issue is like if we
In
move the
bowl
giants
would
back,
be.
if we can, they're just gonna kill the dragons. But
Yeah,
we
that's
tried-
the thing.
Yeah, but the dragons are already back here.
Okay, true,
And
but okay.
Basically, will the gods be affected if the giants move back here?
What if we move the giants back? Like we tried having the gods and the giants there, and then we moved the dragons all the way forward, and that gave us the vent. But what if we moved the giants one forward, and then the dragons one forward, and then we try and move the gods one back? Or have you tried that?
No, because if you move it back, the giants back here, and move the dragons forward, is when we'll get them vented. Basically, the combination of both the god and giants here, and trying to move the dragon here, will get vented.
I thought we moved it all the way up here, and was when we get vented.
Oh no, we moved. What happened first is that when we moved the giants first and the gods all the way here, and tried moving dragons through the middle, is when we got vented. So
Well,
So right now, Trimer's idea is to move the giants back. What do you guys think?
well, we can try.
Because he feels like if you move the dragons forward, is like when they'll start to fight.
Well, let's try it then.
Because I'm thinking of like the chicken fox and feed combination. That's what I'm thinking about. So like basically move all the way back with the giants.
Yeah, okay. Let's do it then. You have
All right,
DM.
DM. That's what we wish to do. Move giants back. Anything happens?
Yep. It doesn't seem to reset.
All right,
You can hear the
dragons
mechanisms
forward.
come along. Okay, you
Agreed. Dragons forward. Everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
nothing seems to happen. You hear another loud clank.
Okay. Dragons forward again. You guys want to do that? Confirm.
Yeah, because presuming that we could move the giants, which I don't think we can, they would kill the dragons.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because
giants,
if we imagine this as the beginning, this is the what's called like transition, and this is the end. And remember, like the guards and the dragons will not harm each other, so I think that's it. And then the giants will come.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, agreed. Dragons move forward.
Yes. If
It's dragon time.
All right. We do that, DM.
Slides over and seems to sort of lock into place there. It doesn't reset.
Okay. We move the giants forward to the middle. Oh, nothing.
You,
Nothing harming?
in fact, at this point, you hear a small crack of ice coming from the center of the door, but it doesn't reset.
Ice, baby.
Okay. Hmm. All right.
uh,
How do you guys feel about moving the giants forward one more time?
well, that would make sense.
It will bring them all there, but yeah.
All right. Here we go. It is agreed. Giants.
Here
move
we
to third
go.
column.
And with that, as you push it into that last place, all three of them slide down into the mechanism, and that crack from the ice is, you feel this like a rush of cold wind, not enough to hurt you, but there is light that comes through as the door cracks itself open, and the frost forge, or at least the first stage towards the frost forge, is revealed as you have managed to solve.
Hey. Hey, we solved it without using hints. Hey.
Oh, well done. I'll say you each get inspiration for that.
We get like a party inspiration.
No, we each
Yeah.
get one.
Because I already got
Yeah,
like
you
inspiration from last
Yeah,
session.
you each get one, but time is passes over to party inspiration.
Okay.
And that is where we'll end the session, as you guys open the doors and you have solved the puzzle. Well done.
No hits. Huzzah.